Welcome to another episode of Talking Nerdy in the Bedroom with KJ.
And Mike.
No Corey.
Negative.
We did an episode earlier. I don't know when this is going to air, so it won't make any sense. But we're doing a double episode just so we have another one in the bank in case something is to happen in the future where none of us are available. And we're going to be talking about a TV show, again, that Corey has not seen. So screw that guy, even though the show is fantastic.
I thought it was cool.
Oh, it's so fucking fun. So the show is Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal.
Which is on Peacock, I think exclusively on Peacock.
Yep.
And I don't even think if you have the regular Peacock version where it has ads, I don't even think it'll let you watch past episode 1. I think you have to pay for like the full subscription.
Premium.
Yeah, to actually be able to watch the entire season besides episode 1. But so obviously this was a video game back in the day. Way back to PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Was the first one.
Original
Yeah.
PlayStation.
Yeah, the first. It's been on every console since then for all Sony-wise. But it's on PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
5?
Yep. You can download it in the store.
Oh, I was going to say, I think Twisted Metal Black was the most
the
recent
last
one.
game. Yeah. So, there was a couple more after that. So there's Twisted Metal 2, 3, 4, Black, Twisted Metal Head-On in 2005, Twisted Metal Head-On Extra Twisted Edition, which is kind of like the same game, in 2008, and then Twisted Metal, which was the remake, in 2012.
Huh.
So 2012 was the last time that they had a Twisted Metal game, which, for anybody that doesn't know, Twisted Metal is a car, not racing game, but a car killing game. You're basically battling
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale, yeah. And yeah, you have these cars. The cars have the different types of weapons,
Armor.
Speed.
Yep.
And then you're just trying to murder everybody. And these games were huge back when these first came out.
Oh, it was the
so
coolest
many
thing to
different publishers were putting out games like this. I don't know if it was E at the time or if it was F, but they put out their own game that was this. That was basically Twisted Metal, where every wrestler had their own car, and you'd have to drive around trying to kill the other cars that were other wrestlers.
Yeah, that was the cool thing.
Yeah, it blew up mostly because of Twisted Metal. Like, there were other games that had done this in the past, but Twisted Metal was so much fun. And granted, I haven't played this game in forever. I think the first game came out in 95, and I remember playing the first and second, maybe the third one, like at a buddy's house. Like, we would just have days on like the weekends when we're not at school, and we'd just play. And it never really got boring because there were so many different cars, and we'd try to do the story mode. And the story mode, there was always these terrible, but at the time they were great, cutscenes where you get to learn about the character's backstory.
Yeah.
And it was just a lot of fun. And I felt like the TV show did that right. The TV show's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's not the best acted show in the world. It's not the best writing by any stretch of the imagination.
The comic side of it, like the lightness of the show, made it so even if it was a little campy, it felt intentional, but it felt intentional in a good way.
So I will say it's extremely campy,
right.
Not a little campy. But yeah, 100% intentional. It wasn't like they made a movie thinking it was good and it's actually campy and bad.
Right.
No, this was completely all by design, and because of that, I thought it worked perfectly.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was like I caught myself a few times laughing at just stupid
It reminds
shit.
me on the same level as Dale and Tucker vs. Evil.
I don't think I watched that.
Oh God, it's such a good movie.
I think it was on Netflix or Hulu. Like, it kept popping up, but I never watched it, and I was very curious.
You'll love it.
All right.
So it's like a comedy about two guys that buy a camp, and there is a group of like alumni, like college alumni, that think these two are murderers. So they try to go to the camp to kill the killers before they get killed, and they end up killing themselves. And then they keep thinking that Dale and Tucker are trying to kill them because their buddies end up dying trying to kill them. So it's like these guys are like super nice guys, but like the whole area thinks that they're like serial murderers. But it's fucking hilarious. One of my favorite movies.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to give it. Like I said, I've seen it like pop up a bunch, but I love shit like that where like Evil Dead, especially the TV show Evil Dead.
Yeah,
yeah, so campy but so off the wall bonkers that it's so fucking good.
Yeah, I like the TV show a lot better than
So the movies are like, I still love the movies, but the TV
movies
show
set the pace for it.
Yeah, but the TV show just added so many more layers because you could do so much more.
You got Bruce Campbell too. Like if it wasn't Bruce Campbell, that show would have sucked.
Maybe it could have. If it wasn't Bruce Campbell after the original movies, I agree with you.
Right.
But if it was somebody else who was in that role that was able to perform that well, then maybe it would have been fine. It's hard to say. But yeah, him in that role, he's perfect for it.
So same thing with the guy who plays John. I don't remember the actor's name, but he is good.
Oh, Anthony Mackie?
Anthony
Mackie. Yeah.
He played him very well.
Oh, yeah. He's fantastic as him, and I instantly started liking his character, which isn't something for me for a lot of TV shows, unless it's kind of drama-based and there's something to be going off of, and there's really not with him. He's just kind of stupidly naive and stupidly... I can't even think of the right word, where he's campy himself,
right?
But it adds to the TV show, which is also campy.
Yeah.
And it's just very well done. And
but his character has like a serious undertone, like he has a mission to do this because he wants to feel like wanted.
Yes.
But at the same time, like he's just fucking up.
Oh yeah. And
his interactions with Sweet Tooth are great.
Oh my god, Sweet Tooth is so fucking good. And do you know whose voice that is?
So it's a wrestler guy?
No, that's not the voice. That's the character portraying him. That's Samoa Joe.
Yeah, Samoa Joe. That's
is the actor who's actually playing Sweet Tooth, but that's not who the voice is.
Not the voice, okay.
The voice is Will Arnett. Will Arnett is from Arrested Development, and he did the voice of Lego Batman.
Oh, no shit, okay.
Or not Lego. Yeah, I think it was Lego Batman. I think he had the voice of him. But yeah, Will Arnett he's fantastic. He's so fucking funny, and that's his voice. And as soon as like I'm watching that episode, the first episode, and you hear Sweet Tooth, I was like, why the fuck do I know that voice? And then I had to go look it up, and I was like, oh shit. And he's so fucking funny as Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth is probably, and I'm glad they don't focus on him like for an entire episode. I'm glad that they only do him a little bit here and there, because it probably would get annoying. But when they have him on screen, he's fucking great. All his interactions with that cop guy,
Agent Stone.
No, not him. Not that cop. The fat guy who turned into a cop but isn't a cop.
Oh yeah, so it's Sweet Tooth and starts with an S. The S brothers.
Yeah, because it was the S brothers. That's right. No. What the fuck was his name? I don't remember his name. It's gonna bother me. S brothers, Twisted Metal. The Brothers Grimm.
That's a character, brother.
Yeah.
Twisted Metal.
I can't. God damn it, that's gonna bother me. I'll figure it out later. I'll probably remember as soon as.
Character list.
So I have a character list. There's Loud, Shepherd, Raven, Stu. That's what it is. Stu. Yeah, his interactions with Stu was great. I loved getting the backstory of Sweet Tooth too. When he's a little kid, child actor, and then murders that dog.
So I think that story is in Twisted Metal Black.
Yeah.
Because you know him as Needles Kane, which is I don't know if the show portrayed him so much as Sweet Tooth, but it's supposed to be his name is Needles Kane, and well, that's his persona. His name is something else. It's Maxwell or something.
I don't remember.
That's who he's actually supposed to be, but his split personality is Needles, and Sweet Tooth is the truck. Like, his name is not Sweet Tooth. His name is Needles.
In this game, or in this TV show, no. In this TV show, he's Sweet Tooth.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if like they tried to portray it in a different way because people wouldn't understand that he names his vehicle.
Yeah, I think everybody just assumes that is Sweet Tooth. Like when you're picking characters in the game, like the Sweet Tooth character, regardless of whether it's the character itself or the vehicle, everybody just assumes they're the same thing.
Yeah, Sweet Tooth is the vehicle.
Yeah.
Needles is the driver. It's Needles Kane, and his split personality is, I want to say like Marcus Kane or something. I think it's Marcus, because you actually see it as a kind of a Easter egg when Stu first gets into he rolls up the thing and asks him to come with him. He has a suit, a jumpsuit, the straight jacket from when he left that says M. Kane on it.
Oh, he does. Okay. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
But all their interactions, Stu and him, was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's great.
And then when
the CGI of him lighting himself on fire was pretty bad, though.
And, well, it was bad, but it was also kind of what I expected.
The CGI was super low budget.
Yeah, but it's kind of what I expected for it. Like, I don't think I'd want. Like, it made it more campy.
True, but, like, it could have been more Death Race.
Yeah.
Like, Death Race looked a little bit...
Yeah, Death Race had a bigger budget, at least the first one.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But this is one on Peacock not being released in the theaters. And to me, it never took me out of it. It added to the campiness. Like for every bad CGI thing.
Yep.
And we got to see Nev Campbell as a bad guy. That's the mayor of the new San Francisco.
Yep.
We got to see the girl from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Can't remember her name. What is her name? Stephanie. In the TV show, she's called Quiet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's Stephanie Beatrice.
Yeah.
Or Beatrice. I don't know how to say it.
Yep.
She's great. Then obviously Thomas Harden Church as Agent Stone. He was fantastic in it too.
Yeah, perfect. Like the only person that would have played that better, or the other person I would say in that same thing would have been Josh Brolin.
Yeah, but
same style.
Also,
person.
Oh god, what's
the
the
same
name?
guy that is in
who is the voice or who's
Pandora?
The actor of J. Jonah Jameson? Oh,
I don't know if he could have been serious enough.
Oh god, I think he could have been. Yeah, like I thought he would.
Or even who's the guy that plays Hellboy?
Oh, damn it, he does the voiceovers for the UFC too now. Yeah, Perlman.
Yeah,
Ron
Perlman.
Ron Perlman. Yeah, he probably could have been. Obviously, like that show's probably a little bit more low budget than he's used to.
Well, you got Anthony Mackie.
Yeah, but he's also the leading role.
I mean, you can't tell me that Agent Stone is not a vital role.
I'm not saying he's not a vital role, but he's not the leading character. The leading character, obviously, is Anthony Mackie's character as John Doe.
You don't think Ron Perlman would not be...
I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you're talking about a low-budget thing, and it's not even low budget, but it's low budget compared to other things.
Right.
Maybe. I mean, what were there, like 8 episodes, 10 episodes, so it wasn't really, like, that long of a production.
Yeah.
So maybe he could have done it, but I think the guy who did do it did a fine job.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. And
he plays a very... over-masculated, demasculated person
very well. Especially when they do
you can kind of tell like
flashback of him.
He has that like fucking small dick cop mentality.
Well, you go back to the flashback of him where he's kind of like this pushover person and everybody takes advantage of him.
He's not a pushover. He has no authority, but he acts as though he has authority. He's a mall cop.
Well, yeah, but I even meant when he's in his house and he gets robbed by his neighbors and shit.
Yeah, that's true. And he pisses his pants.
Yes. So, like, he took that and then turned it into this, which your explanation for him to begin with of, like, it was perfect. Because that's exactly who he's trying to portray. Like, I have confidence, but I don't have confidence. Yeah. And then seeing...
He wants to be the leader. Now he's the leader, but, like, he's not a very good leader.
Right. The scene at the bar... I thought was hysterical. the guy with the giant dick. Yes.
The watermelon crusher.
Yeah, the watermelon crusher. And then just the fight scene right before that, too, with them fighting everybody in the bar. I didn't obviously like that everybody died but them. I hate when movies do that or TV shows. But I still thought it was hilarious seeing that all unfold. It seemed to be a bit of a filler for like an episode, but it was still hilarious.
I am glad that they did a battle royale thing at the end. I was kind of hoping that that's what they were building up to, but I would have liked to seen more drivers.
Yeah, so this to me like looks like a prequel of like the video games.
Yeah, well, yeah, because you see at the end like it's like, oh, well, you're going to be other race. Yeah, you're going to see other things. I loved that part because I'm like, okay, well,
it sets up the second season great.
If they make a second season, they did it perfectly.
Yeah.
If they don't, I'm upsetty spaghetti.
But yeah, when it ended, obviously everybody knew Nev because they showed it. Nev Campbell was bad. They also set up that other character that he picked up the ice cream from. I forget his name, but they never see him. But he does the whole thing where you're in the dark and the mist and all that other stuff before they can pick up the package to bring back. I don't remember his name, but he's just on the intercom system. And then, so you get that, and then you have Nev Campbell's character, and then he gets back to New San Francisco, lives there for a while, and then goes to leave, and then can't leave, and then that's when they kind of drop the bombshell that there's going to be this race, which is exactly the video game. I don't know how they're going to do that for a 10-episode season. I can't imagine that the entire season's going to be like different.
It's going to be Death Race.
Yeah. Which might, if they can keep it campy and funny, like I'm all about it.
Like it's going to be 10 seasons. One is going to be setting up the tournament. The second
10 episodes?
10 episodes.
Yeah.
Or maybe 8. The first is going to be setting up the race. The second is going to be preparing for the setup in the race and the race beginning. And then third is going to be the third through like the fifth are going to be like rounds of the race.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think it's not going to be a race. It's just going to be like a
battle royale.
Yeah. Sudden death match. They're going to be like, all right, well, you're going to meet in new Kansas City. Whatever. I don't know.
Do you know where Kansas City is?
Nebraska?
No.
Missouri?
Yes.
So some of Kansas City is in Missouri.
The Kansas City is in Missouri.
Yeah, but so it spans the border.
Don't think the city spans the border.
Kansas City,
it doesn't go over the border. It might be at the border, but there's
Kansas City. I feel like does the same thing that like Chicago O'Hare does, where it's on the border of Illinois and. Wait, no.
Chicago's like nowhere near the border.
Yeah, I know. Not that.
Okay.
I feel like it spans the border though.
I don't think so.
Of Kansas and Missouri.
But I also, for the longest time, like, there's the Kansas City Chiefs. I thought they played in Kansas just because I'm an idiot. Because that just makes sense off of their name. And then it's like, oh yeah, it's Missouri. Duh. But anyway, Twisted Metal did the TV show right. They gave, I think, exactly what the fans wanted. I believe I had it up earlier, but I didn't. It's only got a 68% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 5.9 as like
Kansas
the
City
average.
Literally spans the border between Kansas and Missouri. It's like right on the very corner of both. It actually is. Yeah. Some of Kansas City is in Kansas. And some of it, the heart of Kansas City is in Missouri.
Which is weird, just for the record. To have a Kansas
City. It's
City.
also. No, I guess
it's like if New York City was in Pennsylvania. It's like, why? Why is there a New York City?
I don't know.
But anyway, so yeah, it didn't get great reviews. It's sitting at 68 on Rotten Tomatoes, which isn't terrible, but I feel like it should be higher than that, just because it was so damn good. And then it's sitting at like a 5.9 on the with an average rating of 5.9, and then Metacritic has it as 53 out of 100.
I feel like it's going to be one of those cult classic kind of shows, especially if they make more seasons out of it.
I think I agree with that, but I'm hoping because of that cult-like thing, if people like it enough, they will keep doing seasons.
Right.
At least give me 3 seasons. You know, if you can do one good season like they've already done, you can do another season of the Battle Royale, and then do another season of the fallout of that and give me some kind of like wrap up, I'm good. Like, I feel like 3 campy off the wall seasons are great.
Right.
I'd be all for that. What did you think about the relationship with John Doe and Quiet?
It was fine.
See, I really liked their rapport through the whole time of her basically ignoring him, trying to kill him a few times, them breaking down those barriers, then obviously hooking up a few times. The fucking ball pit sex was hilarious to me. Then him picking his car over her. I like that too.
I can relate.
I like that too. And then obviously the car, gets destroyed, and then he goes back to her, and they do everything. Then they're together, and then they leave.
So that is also part of the Twisted Metal story, though.
Which one?
His car being destroyed.
Oh, I thought you meant sex in the ball pit.
No,
I don't remember that.
The
from
car
game.
that he makes is IROC Camaro, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's now called Roadkill.
Yeah.
So that's part of the story.
Part of the story, yeah.
So Eileen or whatever his car's name is.
Oh, no. Oh, God. What the fuck is the car name? I thought it was in one of the names of the... Because I don't know... Evelyn. Yeah, all the name or all the titles of the episodes were basically license plates.
Right.
Which I liked. Like, it just felt very on brand for what they're going for.
Great.
Yeah. I don't understand. Like, this is a show that I would tell everybody to go watch. Like, if you want just stupid fun. Like,
so, yeah, even the old lady liked it. She doesn't like a lot of the stuff that I watch, but she thought it was great. She likes that, like, light, like, comic kind of show, but that, like,
it's not going to win
action.
an Emmy. It's
Right.
not going to win a bunch of awards for certain things. It probably won't win anything except for, like, maybe viewer choice type things.
So one of the directors from Deadpool was also one of the directors for this show, I believe.
Oh, let's see.
I want to say I heard when they were making the show, it was like a executive director that was also on Deadpool. Not obviously Ryan Reynolds, but
yeah, I don't know. It's definitely there's Rhett Reese, who did Deadpool 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wrote. I think he wrote them.
Yeah.
Let's see, Deadpool. He was the writer on Deadpool 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. So the writer from Deadpool wrote this. That kind of
Zombieland.
Right. So you have that same kind of like campy but good writing.
Yep. And that's how I look at
feel
the
like
show.
The downside, what the difference between the 60s that they made and like a nice 90s score would just be a little higher budget.
It probably could have used some better dialogue. Like, if I love the dialogue because it was campy, but I can understand why people, if that's not what you're looking for this TV show, don't fucking watch it.
It felt like video game dialogue.
Yes.
Like, you'd go up to a character and you get a short blurb. You don't want to keep mashing X because you don't really care about all the stuff that they have to say. They give you enough information to move on to your next quest. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, you one-playered that shit.
Yeah, I one-played the shit out of it.
Solo.
But yeah, from start to finish, I just thought it was fun, which isn't something you can say about a lot of TV shows. Like, either they're really well acted, or they're very good story, or they visually beautiful.
Yeah.
And then you have some that have all three.
Like, I did not love Avatar as a movie, but it was visually gorgeous.
Yeah, it's visually gorgeous.
It's literally Pocahontas 2.0.
Yeah, or Fern Gully.
Yeah?
Yeah. Fern Gully is how I always saw that movie.
Yeah.
And the second one's good, too. And it's still beautiful. It
looks great.
Oh, it looks phenomenal.
Just I don't care if I ever watch it again. But if it happens to be on, I'll watch it because I'm like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah,
the little hover jets, those are fucking cool.
But yeah, so it's rare to have a show where it's just fun and you don't. It's one of those that I agree with you that if it ended right now, I'd be a little bit upset just because I kind of want to see the Battle Royale part of it.
They set it up for a season 2 very well.
Very well. But it's also one of those shows that, like, let's say that we have season 2 and it's the Battle Royale and it ends. I'm fine with that.
Right.
I'm fine with a 2-season campy fun show. Like, I don't need it to be stretched 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons. Like, that's going to be very hard to do and keep up there's not enough
creativity. Story.
Right.
Yeah, there's not enough meat on that bone.
No, not at all. But if you can give me 2, maybe 3 is stretching it, seasons worth of this campiness,
right?
Like, just leave it there, end it. Don't keep going and give us that.
It doesn't have the same meat that, like, The Last of Us does.
No,
like,
The Last of Us is a drama.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That could go on for seasons.
Oh yeah, they could keep going. Like, I think it's probably only going to be like 4 seasons in total, because I don't know if they're going to do another game or not, and I don't know if they're going to continue the story in the TV show past where the game was, or if they're going to end it there. But the story in The Last of Us in both the game and the TV show is so well done, and it's the acting in the show on HBO is fucking amazing, and the story is great. So when you have that level of a show, I'm invested in everything, and I'm caring about those characters in a way like if they were real. And in this show, I cared about the characters in a completely different way.
Right.
I just thought it was great. I wanted to see him get from point A to point B. I wanted to see what he was going to do with his car.
Oh, so Sweet Tooth is like a weird character because he's not a good guy by any means.
It's an anti-hero villain.
Right. He's chaotic neutral.
Yeah. Maybe chaotic evil.
Well, he lets them go,
that's
though.
fair.
He gives them a choice. He's like, hey, watch this show and, like, whatever.
Dude, that scene is so fucking funny when he's putting on the play for them and wanting, like, oh, God, it's so fucking funny. There's so many of those moments in that show that you just catch yourself going, Jesus Christ, this is just fucking stupid, but in a good way.
And then, like, you see, like, he kills his parents and brings them back to, like, the...
his psych ward, jail, and then he brings Stu to show him, and then he... Doesn't he, like, smash their bones?
Yeah. Right, so, like, he's not...
It's very cathartic.
He's very self-centered. I mean, he kills a dog because he's not the center of attention to the dog.
Yeah. Which was, by the way, still an amazing scene, because when they're talking about him getting upstaged by his co-star, I had no fucking idea it was a dog. And then you see the dog come out, and you see how angry he gets. I was like, oh, he's gonna murder that dog. Yeah. And he did.
Yeah, he sure did.
But yeah, his
On
interactions
live TV.
with his...
fucking imagine.
His interactions with all those other people that become his followers was great. I thought it was very funny, and he just keeps saying things that I don't expect him to say, which I always like. Like, if a character can surprise me with their dialogue, I'm a fan of it, even if it's off the wall fucking crazy.
Right, witty.
Yeah. Or just something that you go, that doesn't fucking fit, but it kind of fits your character that it doesn't fit. I was a little bit surprised. I mean, I was and I wasn't, that Stu sided with his friend who tried to kill him and did all those other things.
So it's been his friend. So I'm not surprised because, again, this is the friend that he's had since
kindergarten. But he betrayed him already.
Well, true, but, like, he's also slowly realizing that, like, Sweet Tooth is
crazy,
a psychopath. Yeah,
he's just a little bit crazy. It's fine,
and he wants him to kill people now.
Yes, yeah. I
And
mean, to be fair, so did the other guy.
Well, true, but, like, his other buddy covered for him.
Yeah,
because he didn't take the shot.
Sweet Tooth was trying to, like, slowly learn or teach him that he could kill.
Right, but again, he didn't want to, and he's like, I don't really want to kill him. And he's like, well,
do it anyway.
Have to.
But you know he'll be back in season 2.
Sweet Tooth?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
even though he's, like, dead but not dead, like, he'll be back.
It's not dead.
Yeah, they end up showing, like, his mask at the end. Like, he's supposed to be considered dead at the end of this, but he's not.
Right.
Yeah. which I'm all about. If I can get Will Arnett's voice again, and Samoa Joe did a great job playing.
What if it's like the same as like Scorpion? Like Scorpion comes back from hell and he's just like now hellspawn Scorpion.
Yeah, I don't know if this TV show is going to get too much into the demonic. Most of their thing is somewhat based in reality. It's crazy, but it's based in reality a bit. Yeah. So it'll be interesting. I enjoyed almost everything they did through the entire show, from the places that they went to the conversations that they had to seeing the cars. But we got one little mini battle at the end. We got to see all the 18-wheelers get together in their convoy.
Yeah.
We got to see that whole story play out.
I can't think of an episode that I didn't like. That's the thing I like about this show.
And you think, now granted, it's not like a normal TV show used to be way back when, where it was like 20-something episodes. It's only 10.
Right.
So it could be like somewhat condensed and still
and they're
give you
short,
a story.
too. Like they're like 10, 30-minute episodes.
I think something like that. Yeah, I think that's roughly what they ran. Yeah, they're 20 to 30 minutes each.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this could have easily been a movie.
I mean, what does that end up being? If it's 20 minutes apiece for 10 episodes, that's 3+ hours. Probably not a movie.
Could have shortened it up
but
a bit.
Yeah, but then you'd probably miss some stuff that I enjoyed. So
like I
prefer a TV show.
The amount of time
anyway.
that they spend in the
convoy.
No, well, that too, but inside like the little ball pit, inside like the little Burger King thing or whatever it is.
But I think some of that was also them trying to give you more of his backstory with that lightning storm, like learning what it was when nobody else kind of knew what it was because of the first day that he can remember, waking up in that car, like having that lightning storm.
That's what I'm saying. You could have cut some of that though.
Yeah, I know, but I like that they gave me a little bit more backstory on him. Like it gave a little bit more, and then showed when he first got the car and why he has this like unhealthy relationship with the car.
Right.
Yeah. But I was a big fan. Super excited for season 2. Just because I want to see car-on-car battles in a campy way. Like I have to think that they're going to come up with some cool, fun ways to murder other cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking forward to. Seeing some crazy shit that I
want to see them do their own customizations and stuff.
I'm sure that'll be part of it too.
Pick out what you have.
I doubt he'll get to pick out what he has because he's kind of being run by Nev Campbell's group in New San Francisco.
Well, each round you get like credits in the game, and then you can buy.
Yeah, so I wonder what that's gonna do for this.
That's what I'm saying. I think you're gonna be able to like build and customize your shit as you go. So you got bigger and better shit.
Definitely possible. All right. So as we wrap up this podcast, what are your final thoughts on Twisted Metal?
It's good.
It's just good.
It's really good.
Okay.
I liked it a lot. I enjoyed it. Like I said, it's a well-rounded show. It's not amazingly acted. It's not like the most visually appealing I've ever seen, but it kept my attention the whole time, and I wanted to watch it. And I'm because of it's a pilot episode. So I always give pilot seasons kind of like a little bit of leeway because it's a new, fresh idea. So from that aspect, I thought they did really well. They nailed, if that's what they were going for, they did it very well.
Yeah. I can't imagine that's not what they were going for.
Right.
Because again, literally, it was shoving it down our throat, but in a good way.
Right. With knowing who the writer was and other things that they've written, and that same style of writing, which again, I love Deadpool.
Yep.
I liked Zombieland. Zombieland 2 was okay.
Yeah, it was all right.
But that same style of like campy action.
Yeah. And yeah. So for me, like this show is probably like 7 to 8 because of the funness of it. If you're talking about in acting, it's very low.
Yeah.
If you're talking about the CGI and stuff, it's very low. But if you're just talking about having fun with a TV show, yeah, I have it like at the 7, 8 range.
Right.
And definitely fun to watch. I recommend it for if you've played the games, definitely watch this show. If you haven't played the games, there's no reason you can't watch the show. You don't need to play the games to watch this show. You'll still enjoy it.
Right. It doesn't
just know what you're getting yourself into.
It doesn't give you any information that you can't get directly from the show.
Right. But
however, there's a lot of Easter eggs.
Tons of Easter eggs
in the show.
But I'll say that if you're going into this show expecting a death race type of show, if you're going into this expecting well acted and great dialogue, you're gonna be disappointed.
Right.
You should know what you're getting into going into this. And if you do, you will not be disappointed.
This is a comedy for comedy's sake.
Yes. Yeah, and it's just stupid fun. Sometimes it's okay just to have stupid fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
But it's not like there's like types of comedies that are just like too much.
Yep.
I guess I don't really know.
I don't think that this one pushes or doesn't cross that line.
Right.
Like I
the
think
Step Brothers kind of deal.
Oh, how dare you, sir? Are you saying Step Brothers good or bad?
I like Step Brothers, but I'm saying that's like the over the top.
Yes, and it never crossed the line, but it gets close a few times.
Right.
Yes, I agree with you. I thought you were saying Step Brother crossed over the line. I was like, how dare you, sir?
Yeah.
I'll put my balls on your drums. I'll do it right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's over the top comedy.
Yeah, but it's fucking great.
That's what Will Ferrell does.
Yeah.
There's no minimum on that.
Not at all. But all right, so we'll wrap this up. And again, no idea when this will air. It'll air sometime when we don't have time to record. So I have no idea what the next episode will end up being. It'll be something. I'm sure it'll be definitely something.
It'll be something.
Yep. All right.